Hi everyone, it's me Sanchari and welcome back to my channel and a new video. Hope you all are doing well. How do you like my today's eye look? Did you like it? Because I have used my recent favorite eyeshadow palette which we are going to review it today, and it is Sigma's Cor De Rosa eyeshadow palette. So this baby will be featuring in today's video, and if you guys are interested to know my thoughts, what I think about this palette, whether it is worth buying or not, then you'll have to stay tuned till the end of this video. Also, if you like today's video, then please make sure to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button. And now, without any further more delay, let's just jump straight into this video. Alright, so recently I did share my Nykaa's Pink Friday haul, in which I showed you guys that I got this eyeshadow palette from Sigma because I was eyeing this for the longest time, and my friend was waiting for a good discount, and because this retails for rupees 4350, so we definitely wanted a good discount on this eyeshadow palette, and finally we got 40% off, which makes this palette comes to 2610. Wasn't it a steal deal? It was indeed. So yes, today I have this beautiful Cor De Rosa eyeshadow palette. Now Cor De Rosa, if you guys do not know, means color of rose. So yes, this has a pattern of roses all over in the front, and it is mentioned Sigma Cor De Rosa eyeshadow palette. At the back you get a layout of all the eyeshadows that you have in the palette with the names, and also you get a dual ended brush. Now this is definitely a very steal deal because I love Sigma eye brushes. They are of damn good quality, you guys. So once I pull out the inner packaging, this is how it looks like. Now it comes similar to the outer packaging, which looks like this. There are roses printed at the front, and at the back you get the eyeshadow layout with the shade names. This is how the palette looks like. You get a very good quality full-size mirror. Also you get a plastic sheet to protect your eyeshadows from any further damage. And once I remove this, ta-da! This is the eyeshadow palette. This is something caught my attention because I really love playing with such type of color scheme. This color scheme is right up my alley. I really love burgundies, pinks, peaches. So this palette is a mixture of matte, metallics and shimmers, and also you get a very good quality dual ended brush which has some good weight to it. So one side you get E38 fluffy blending brush, and the other side you get E54 eyeshadow brush. This is a great option to pack on eyeshadows or to layer any eyeshadows, but I have not used this brush today, but I know this will perform better. Now today I have used this palette to create this entire eye look. So first we will go with the swatches, and then I will tell you how I created this look. So let's just get into the swatches. Alright you guys, so let's start with today's eye look. So starting with, I went with the shade called Hybrid. Now this is a very pretty orangey pink kind of shade that might look lighter on the pan, but it does show up on tan to dusky skin tone. So if you're a little bit deeper than me, then you can go ahead with a lighter concealer. So I started this shade on the inner half of my crease area, and it just blended beautifully, seamlessly. I could not see any tugging, pulling or any kind of demarcation. Next I went with the shade called Damask on the outer half of my crease area, and this is a very pretty, pomegranate matte pink kind of shade which is beautiful. So once I blended out both the shade, it is one color. So if you are lighter than my skin tone, so obviously it is going to differentiate between both the color, but because I am tan to dusky, so it did show up differently on my skin tone. Next I went with the shade Shakespeare. Now this is a very pretty matte maroon kind of shade. Used it on my outer corner of the eyes and to give some depth to my outer crease area, and it just blended beautifully. Though it is a very deep bold shade, but it had no patchy marks, it had no fallout, it had no kickback on the. To give some depth to my outer crease and outer corner of the eye, I went with the shade called Bare Root. Now this is supposed to be a neutral brown shade, but this suffice and substitute the black shade. If you want to give depth to your eye look, then this shade Bare Root comes very handy. I just love this shade because it took my eye look to the next level, and because I have hooded eyes, I always look for some deeper eyeshadows that gives me depth. Now coming to my lid shade, I was really amazed. I was really happy to use this shade called Belle of the Ball. Now this is a very pretty beige shimmer shade which I used on my entire eyes today, and just look how gorgeous, how blingy, how shiny it looks, because shimmers is something that takes your eye look to the next level. If you do any mistakes, you can just cover it up with a good shimmer eyeshadow and it is all done. It looks very beautiful. It is so buttery smooth, you guys. I couldn't stop myself. I was just going on and on and on, and in my head I was like, stop Sanchari, you need to stop here. Alright, so I use the same shade to highlight my brow bone area. Now coming back to the lower lash line, I went with the shade Bare Root on the outer half of my lower lash line, and then further went with the shade Shakespeare and took it little further to my inner corner and blended out both the shade with this shade Apricot. This is a very pretty muted honey matte kind of shade that just matches with my skin tone. So I can use this shade to either use it as my brow bone highlight, or to set my eyeshadow primer, or to erase any kind of mistakes or goof ups that I have made. Even the shade Veranda is a very pretty matte malted milk kind of shade that is going to work beautifully as your brow bone highlight or as your eraser. On my right eye, I went little overboard with some of the eyeshadows, so I wanted to mute it down and I went with the shade Apricot, and it just sufficed my purpose. Alright you guys, now coming back to my final thoughts. If you have seen and watched my videos in the past, you must have known that I always try to give my honest review, be it any brand, and that is why today also, while playing with this eyeshadow palette, I was trying to get some cons from it, but I could not find any. Trust me guys when I say that, because the eyeshadow formulation is just next level. But I know you will find such kind of color scheme in some of the other eyeshadow in your collection, but you will never find these kind of formulation and textures in your eyeshadow. Now I know why Sigma's products are so high quality. I have worked with the lighter shades, the deeper shades, the shimmers, and I even swatched the metallics. I felt like each and every eyeshadows are just buttery smooth. They just blend on its own. You do not have to do any hard work. There are some eyeshadows that when you go bolder, you get patchy marks, they seem to be dry, but nothing with this eyeshadow, you guys. Be it their brushes, be it their blush palette, highlighter palette, or eyeshadows, every product speaks for itself. You do not need certification for any of their products because they are of very high quality. What they say is what they deliver. That is what I believe, that is what I came to know. Now the quality of the Sigma brushes, you must be knowing, is top notch. I do not have to tell anything extra about their brushes because Sigma Beauty launched their eye brushes, their beauty blenders first, and then they explored more in beauty category. If you are someone who is traveling, do not want to carry tons of eye brushes, then it is going to serve all the purpose for you. And I think you get a very good blending brush, and also you get a very nice eyeshadow packer brush. So this is all in one. This one brush is going to make your work very easy, and I would really highly recommend this eyeshadow palette to all of you. But there is no rule that if you're someone in a budget, if you're a beginner, you need to have this in your collection, because for a beginner you can start with something very affordable, and when you are pro, when you think that yes, you can invest in high-end brands, then you can go ahead and do that. Alright you guys, so this is it for today's video. Hope you found the content helpful and informative, and if you did, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to turn the bell button for all of my future notifications. You can also follow me on my social media handles, whose link I have mentioned it in the description box, and I will see you soon with my next one. Till then, bye bye, take care.